Before we begin, a huge thanks to Grubert for the idea. You go, Gru. Team Fortress 2 released a cosmetic leveling feature within the last update that has brought on a small discussion on whether or not players should be given an item for leveling up. The short answer that I have, for me, is no, but the long answer is still relatively short as well. As with all of my videos, I encourage you to comment below if you have differing opinions on how you would approach the problem, because I know I'm not always correct. However, this is the answer I have for you. It's no, and here's why. Originally, Team Fortress 2 had it where you could only earn a few items through achievements, but that quickly became an issue as players created new accounts and just farmed the achievements for more weapons. Not to mention, there are only so many achievements within the game. So Valve created a better system where you could earn new weapons after a set amount of achievements, and the new weapon was not tradable, and neither was anything made with the weapon if you used it in crafting. The item drop system was also introduced in that update. So what about adding an additional item on top of that every time you level up? Or, as Grubert stated, every time your metal changed color. What if the item was not tradable as well? We come across a bizarre scenario. As you give more options for items to be free to gain, the less incentivized players are to visit the Manco store. Additionally, the achievement system has made it clear that you get X item on X milestone. If you received a random non-tradable, non-craftable cosmetic hat, there would be a few problems. Players might get a hat or cosmetic they don't enjoy. Players could end up getting duplicate hats, or players could actually lose incentive for playing the game for fun and focus strictly on the objective, which I admit is a mixed bag, and I'll get onto that in a minute. Now, the first two issues are easily remedied by giving a set hat, presumably all class, that a player can earn upon reaching that level up. In fact, like how older gibbuses changed appearance over time, this hat could change appearance as well as players leveled. But the main issue it becomes is that players might become too focused on the objective. Now wait here, Cosmo, why is that a bad idea? TF2 has long since been a more casual game, with matches ranging from 5 to 6 minutes on average, anywhere to over an hour. It's a very social game that rewards you heavily for getting big pushes and talking to your teammates about how you'll overcome the enemy's strategy, but it's also never too serious. So much so that if you were to sneak behind the enemy lines and try to high-five people, they wouldn't immediately kill you. Usually. If we give the level up system anything more than a cosmetic appearance, many players will, even if it's not for very long, gravitate towards completing that specific goal. Imagine where now players have a reason to harass others on pubs and turn it toxic, players blaming others for their shortcomings. I'm not denying that these behaviors don't already exist, because they do. However, their aggressive behavior would be increased dramatically. I've already encountered many players who are elitist because their badge is higher level than others. Even though it's not unfair to say a player with over 1,000 hours could just now be coming back from a big break, or has just played off and on again over the course of the game's 10 years. There is some benefit to it, as players would be focusing on the objective more, but I don't think it'd be worth the potential toxicity it could introduce into the community. Now, what if players received a random weapon every time they leveled up, or even if it's every few levels? I would still say no, because failure to perform will just create a mean feeling towards other players. Let's say a player knows they're going to get a new weapon on the next level, but they fall just a bit short on the experience scale. Now they have to play another match they wouldn't have had to play if their team had just done a little better. It's a small feeling, but emotion can grow over time. It also defeats the achievement system that we have. I personally enjoy the achievement system, and I think it's been our secret little level bar all this time. Sure, you can cheat and just get all the achievements, but that doesn't really do anything for you. The achievements are a way to say, you learned how to do this thing, and once you've learned how to do enough things, we will reward you for your progress. A level system doesn't actually teach you anything. You kill people, you stand on objectives, and you support your team just about the same without any specific reason other than reacting to the situation at hand. Being rewarded for just doing the same thing over and over after a period of time or a set amount of matches does not sound like a good idea to me. In any case, those are my stances on the idea of gaining items upon level up. It has merit, and I don't think it's an entirely bad idea. I worry that it's not fit for the community of TF2 as we know it today. Thank you so much for watching, and please stay tuned because more content will be coming your way. Bye bye!